Generic Genetics, Introduction to Genetics. What is genetics? Genetics is the study of hereditary characteristics and the variation of inherited characteristics. Genes carry the information that determine your traits. Humans have an estimated 20,000 to 25,000 genes. What are genetic disorders? Genetic disorders are caused by changes in the genetic instructions. There are many ways genetic disorders can be inherited. The most common inheritance patterns are hair, example, having the same colour hair as your parents; eyes, example, both your parents have blue eyes, you will too. Other examples of inherited traits are freckles, dimples, and certain inherited diseases, example, cystic fibrosis.
Gregor Mendel. Though heredity had been observed for millennia, Gregor Mendel, Moravian scientist and Augustinian friar, working in the 19th century in Brno, was the first to study genetics scientifically. Gregor Mendel, through his work on pea plants, discovered the fundamental laws on inheritance. He deduced that the genes come in pairs and are inherited as distinct units. It took a genius to realise that even though one of the genes could be dominant and mask the effects of the other, the gene causing the alternative trait remained intact and would reveal its effects in a predictable manner in later generations.
What is cloning? Cloning is the process of making a genetically identical copy of a cell. Cloning genes produces a copy of the gene or a DNA segment. There are 3 different types of artificial cloning: gene cloning, reproductive cloning, and therapeutic cloning. The first study of cloning took place in 1885 when German scientist Hans Adolf Eduard Driesch began researching reproduction. Reproductive cloning was originally carried out by artificial twinning or embryo splitting. With the outbreak of technologies in the 1970s, it became possible for scientists to create transgenic clones, which are clones with genomes containing pieces of DNA from other organisms. Embryo splitting was first completed in the early 1900s on a salamander embryo.
Cece was the world's first clone cat and first clone pet. Cece stands for carbon copy, or more commonly recognised as copycat. Cece was born December 22, 2001 to her surrogate mom. Cece was genetically identical to Rainbow, but the cat looks different because of coat patterns and other features which can be determined in the womb. Although Cece was a clone of Rainbow, she grew up with her own look and personality. Cece went on to have her own kittens who were healthy and genetically unique.
Livestock species that scientists have successfully cloned are cattle, swine, sheep, and goats. Scientists have also cloned mice, rats, rabbits, mules, horses, and one dog. Chickens and other poultry have not yet been cloned.